Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise now and gentlemen remove your caps for prayer, followed by the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll meet the teams. Dear Lord, we want to thank you for this evening. Lord, thank you for getting Fort Valley State here safely. Lord, be with them as they travel home. Keep them safe as well, Lord. Thank you for this beautiful evening. Lord, as we come to play the game of volleyball, just may all the girls be free from injury while they're playing. Lord, may everything we do in the gym tonight glorify you. In your name I pray. Amen. Starting lineups first for the visitors from Fort Valley State. Number 1, India King. Number 2, Ashley Simmons Blair. Number 3, Rita Davis. Number 4, Kiara Wimberly. Number 5, Sierra Wright. Number 6, Leah Thomas. Number 7, Corey Griffith. Number 8, Jordan Davis. Number 10, Alana Joseph. Number 11, Ashanti Brown. Number 12, Nia Bell. Number 14, Kawanika Ridley. Number 16, Jalen Franklin. And number 21, Chantrilla Mosley. And now, led by head coach Selena Slade in her 24th season, and Bethany Broad, the only four-time first-team All-American in TFC history, let's meet the Screaming Eagles! The 5'8" freshman setter from Sefner, Florida, number 3, Jessica Conley. A 5'8" sophomore middle hitter from Clarksville, Georgia, number 4, Natalie Thompson. 5'5" outside hitter senior from Flowery Ranch, Georgia, number 6, Katie Hall. A 5'7" sophomore outside hitter from Kennesaw, Georgia, number 7, Hallie Rainwater. A 5'8" junior outside hitter from Wellington, Ohio, number 8, Gabby Clayton. A 5'4" sophomore DS from Mount Airy, Georgia, number 9, Gracie Charles. A 5'11" sophomore middle hitter from Oxford, Florida, number 10, Erin Carey. A 6' sophomore middle hitter from Westminster, South Carolina, number 11, Abigail Smith. A 5'9" freshman outside hitter from Leroy, Illinois, number 12, Kaya Miles. A 5'6" junior libero from Fairhope, Alabama, number 13, Teresa Sullivan. A 5'10" senior outside hitter from Tampa, Florida, number 14, Caroline Miller. A 5'8" junior setter from Estelle, Georgia, number 15, Kaylee Lord. And a 5'5" junior DS from Laceyville, Pennsylvania, number 16, Talia Hatch.
Good evening and welcome to Toccoa Falls College. I am Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles, and we are coming to you live from Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Tonight we have the Toccoa Falls Ladies Screaming Eagles taking on the Fort Valley State Wildcats. Your Screaming Eagles are 8-5 on the season, 3-1 at home, and 3-4 away, coming in with a 3-game winning streak trying to clean up right here. Fort Valley's coming in 2-3 on the season, 2-1 home and 0-1 away, and they're on a one-game winning streak. They're 0-1 away, as I said. We're trying to make them 0-2, and Screaming Eagles have been on fire recently, pulling their record way up, and now we're in a good spot. Lineup for the Wildcats. Number 1, India King. Number 2, Ashley Simmons Blair. Number 3, Rita Davis. Number 4, Kyra Wilmbury. Number 5, Sierra Wright. Number 6, Nia Thomas. Number 7, Corey Griffin. Number 8, Jordan Davis. Number 10, Elena Joseph. Number 11, Ashanti Brown. Number 12, Nia Bell. Number 14, Kiana Ridley. Number 16, Jalen Franklin. And number 21, Chatrilla Mosley. And for your Screaming Eagles, number 3, Jessica Conley. Number 4, Natalie Thompson. Number 6, Katie Hall. Number 7, Hallie Rainwater. Number 8, Gabby Klingman. Number 9, Gracie Charles. Number 10, Erin Carey. Number 11, Abigail Smith. Number 12, Kaya Miles. Number 13, Teresa Sullivan. Number 14, Caroline Miller. Number 15, Kaylee Glore. And last but not least, number 16, Talia Hatch. We're almost ready to get started here. Putting the right antenna back up. We had a little trouble with that this season, that falling down halfway through games. Looks like Kenny Slate's taping it up. Thank you so much again for joining us on TFC Eagle Vision. Antenna is up, and I think we're ready to go. Serving first for the Wildcats, number 3, Rita Davis. Davis fires one over. Sullivan had it in the back. They'll set it for Hall. She'll push it over with Wright. Big shot right there by number 6, Nia Thomas. But there was a violation. Point goes to TFC.
Thank you, sir. Number 13, Teresa Sullivan.
Sullivan puts one over. They just push it over with Franklin. Big shot right there by Natalie Thompson.
Natalie Thompson, point TFC.
Sullivan back to serve again. She'll set it to the back. They'll set it up, and they'll fire it over number 5, Sierra Wright. Back to their side. Wright pushes it over. Glore. To Hall. Hall puts it in there. Katie Hall with a big shot right there. Finds some real estate. Sullivan with her 3rd serve in a row is up and over. Handled on the other side by Joseph. Simmons Blair will get it over the libero for the Wildcats, and Natalie Thompson put a little too much on it right there. And the point will go to the Wildcats. 3-1's the score. And number 6, Nia Thomas. Thomas is a 5'4" freshman at Jonesboro, Georgia. She'll put one over. And they'll set up for Thompson. Here we go with Thompson. To the back. Too much to handle. Hit it right at Nia Thomas. Skipped off her hands and went out of bounds. And the Screaming Eagles will take a 4-1 lead. And they'll send Kaylee Glore to the back. She sets up the middle and fires one over. Handled by Bell. They'll set it up. Bell will take a shot. That one's blocked up front by Miller. Come down on our side. They'll set up for Hall. Hall's going to try it again. And this time, Bell was there again. Bell again. She's all over the court. And she'll put it where number 9, Gracie Charles, couldn't get to it. And the point goes to the Wildcats, 4-2. Checking in and going to the service line will be Kianika Ridley. Ridley puts it over. They'll set up for Miller. Miller takes a shot right there and almost found a hole. Natalie Thompson with a little too much on it. Good putback right there by Natalie Thompson. Just a little too much on the kill. It's mean 4-3. Screaming Eagles still taking the lead. Awkward exchange. Thompson's going to put it over, but they're going to call her There's a net violation on the Wildcats. That was very close on Natalie Thompson as a lift. I thought they were going to call it. They did not call that one, though. They did call the line violation. Excuse me, the net violation. And Katie Hall is back to serve. Hall's a 5'5" senior out of Flowery Branch, Georgia. She stands behind the baseline. Comes a jump serve. And Simmons Blair on the other side went down to get that one. Good dig. They'll shoot it back over. They're going to set it up for Hallie Rainwater. Her first touch of the game is in there. Hallie Rainwater straddles the line all the way down and finds some real estate. 6-3 is the score. And Katie Hall back to serve again. Simmons Blair again in the back. They'll set it up, this time handled by Thomas. Thomas gets it over. Hall's on the other side. They're going to push it over. Great save by Natalie Thompson. That's going to go up in the rafters, somehow come down. I thought it was going to get stuck for a second. And they'll get it over. We got a good volley. Here it comes. Thompson finds a hole! Natalie Thompson! Great volley on both sides, and Natalie Thompson comes up big right there and takes it 7-3. Hall with her third serve in a row. Almost got an ace right there. They dug it out, and they'll fire it over with number 11, Shanti Brown. Serving now is Jalen Franklin. Good dig right there by Sullivan to keep that one alive. And last touch by the Wildcats. 8-4 is the score. And Natalie Thompson checks back. She delivers. They're just going to push it over. That was with Davis. Glore sets it up a little outside. And a little too much on the set right there. Went on the other side of the antenna. And Rainwater tried to get there, but it was too late. Point goes to the Wildcats. Nia Bell to serve. Her first serve of the night. Rainwater this time on the good side of the antenna. Good diving attempt right there, but a double contact violation will give the points to the Screaming Eagles. Nia Thomas was the one that dug that one out. And Talia Hatch checks into the game. A booming serve over the net. High return. And that was just in bounds. Jalen Franklin placed it perfectly in the back corner. 9-6 to score. And that brings up Ashley Simmons Blair. She's a 5'2" libero junior out of Atkins, South Carolina. She's the shortest girl on the court right now. Going at 5'2". Shortest on her team and our team combined. And Hall sets one up and puts it in there. – 10-6 to score, and Hallie Rainwater will be the server. Good serve. Almost got the ace right there, but they'll get it over. And here comes, looks like Erin Carey, her first touch of the game was rejected up front. And Talia Hatch puts it into the net, and the point will go to the Wildcats. Checking in is number 9, Gracie Charles. And back to serve is Rita Davis. She fires that one over. Handled by our team. Here comes Hall, who's blocked up front. Maybe by Joseph, it looked like. Carey's going to get a chance. Big shot right there to the net. They're going to try to save it. Goes out of bounds. And the point goes to Toccoa Falls. Sullivan back to serve. Thompson checks in. Last time Sullivan went 3 in a row. A booming shot right back over the net. We're going to handle it nicely into the net and can't get it over. Number 5, Sierra Wright with a booming shot right there. Nia Thomas back to serve, her second time tonight. That was way back in the pocket, almost was out of bounds, and it might have if it dropped. Charles got a hand on that, put it up front, and Thompson couldn't get it over the net. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Thomas back to serve again. 11-9 is the score. Screaming Eagles still leading here. High serve. Barely got over the net. Here comes Thompson, blocked up front. Returned by Bell. And there's a hole in the back. Natalie Thompson. Kaylee Gore back to serve. Looking to put this one away right here. Davis will set it up, and that one's denied up front by Caroline Miller. Caroline Miller with a big block right there, gets the point and gives it back to Glore. That one kissed the net on the way over. They had a lot of power behind it. They're going to try it, and number 12, Nia Bell, put a hurting on the ball. 3-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Ridley back to serve. To Sullivan. Here comes Natalie Thompson and denied up top. A joint effort by Shanti Brown and Nia Bell. Both of them got a hand on that one. Shoved it right back down. And Ridley will continue serving. Another good serve. Miller. Same duo on the other side. Got a hand on that one. They'll push it over, but Hall was there to get it, and no one covered that hole. And it's a 1-point ball game. Wildcats trying to make a comeback right here. And this will be Ridley's third serve in a row. Same spot. And that was by Hall. Got a whistle, and there was a violation on the Wildcats. And TFC will take the point, and we'll send Katie Hall to the back. Last time she was up, she went 3 in a row. Hallie Rainwater checks in as Gracie Charles will take a little break. Hall waiting the sign, gets it. She fires. Little spin on that one. Simmons Blair had it in the back. They'll just push it over in desperation. Here we go with Natalie Thompson. A little push right there. And that one's going to be tipped up front by Miller. Good job on the net tonight. Here comes Rainwater to Blair, and they can't get it over the net. Rita Davis puts it into the net, and the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Hall back to serve again. Put it in the corner. Here comes Rainwater. They were expecting it, though. Simmons Blair was in position. They'll fire it over in desperation, and just in bounds. That was close. From up here, it looked like it was out, but Josh Slate was right there and made the call. 15-13 with number 16, Jalen Franklin up to serve. She fires it over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Thompson again. Little trickery right there, and Natalie Thompson comes up. Her body was going left, and she hooked her hand right and put it in the very corner right next to the referee. And a great shot right there by Natalie Thompson makes it a 3-point game. She'll be your server. That was demolished. Nia Bell back to serve. She boots one over. They'll set it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater tipped up front. Almost found a hole. They'll save it, though. And back to our side. And they're leaving the back pretty open. Put it right on the foul line. And it's back down to a 1-point game with Bell. Timeout call by the Screaming Eagles. Coach Selena Strait trying to calm down her girls. 16-15 is the score. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Toccoa Falls College here. 1 point lead for the Screaming Eagles here in set 1 against Fort Valley State. They'll fire one over. Here comes Miller. Tips the net on the way over. Handled in the back by Ridley. Denied up front right there. Looked like by Miller again. Good dig right there by Hall to save a point. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater, too much to handle for number 12, Nia Bell. And the point goes to TFC. 17-15 is the score. And Talia Hatch back to serve. Beautiful serve. Simmons Blair in the back handle that one. They'll fire it over with Thomas. Back to their side. Quick exchange right there. Glore sets it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater tips it over. Diving attempt right there. And they won't get it back over. Jalen Franklin to the ground right there. Tried to save it, but she was in the way. Couldn't get another hand on it. And we'll take the lead. Here comes Talia Hatch. 18-15. Aaron Carey finds a hole. Tipped up front, and it fell right in their territory. And just like that, timeout called by the Wildcats. Selena Slate won that one 19-15. We'll be back. (19-15) to score. As Talia Hatch will go back for serve number 3 in a row. Screaming Eagles on a roll here. Forced a timeout out of Fort Valley. That one's pushed over by Rainwater. Good return. Glore puts it in the back. Glore put it in a great spot. And Ashley Simmons Blair backpedaling to try to get that one. And it shanks out of bounds. 5-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Hatch on a roll right here. They'll put it to the back. Davis will set it up. That one's a big shot by number 6, Nia Thomas, who's their equalizer. She has broken every streak we've had so far. Simmons Blair delivers that one to the corner. They'll set it up. And Carey goes around to get that one. Comes Simmons again. Excuse me, that was Thomas. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Nia Bell. Hallie Rainwater back to serve for the Screaming Eagles. 5'7" sophomore out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Fires that one over. Shanks over, almost out of bounds. They'll save it, though. And here comes Katie Hall to Thomas. Backpedaling shot right there by Bell. Carey! Too much to handle! Fires one right at Franklin. Got one of her hands, and it's now 22-16 with Hallie Rainwater at the helm. High serve, almost found a hole. Simmons Blair had that one. They'll fire it over with Thomas, hits the net, and Carey fires it way behind her onto the bench in TFC. Gracie Charles checks into the game. And Rita Davis will be the server. A lot of spin on that one. You can see it right there, how Talia handled that one. It shanked off, and a great shot right there. Beautiful shot right there by Kaylee Glore. Sullivan, third time up serving tonight. Fires one to the back. They'll set it up. That one's denied up front by Hall and Thompson. They're going to try it again. Glore's going to set it over. Kaylee Glore finds a hole in the back. And that brings up set point for the Screaming Eagles. 24-17. And Teresa Sullivan will take us there. High serve to the back. Get it in there! Teresa Sullivan with an ace to win the game. Set number 1 goes to the Screaming Eagles 25-17 with a beautiful ace right there by Teresa Sullivan. We'll be back in 3 minutes for set number 2. Welcome back, Screaming Eagle fans, to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Your TFC Screaming Eagles are ahead 1-0. Serving first will be Teresa Sullivan, who had a beautiful ace at the end of last set to give us the win. She'll fire one over. Can she get another ace off the upside down basketball goal? Falls down, and Sullivan goes 2 in a row with aces. Another good one in there. They'll set it up on the other side with Wright. Wright puts it over, and Thompson fires it into the crowd. 1-1's the score. Hey, Screaming Eagle fans, go subscribe or follow our Instagram page, TFC Eagle Vision. We'll be doing post and pregame interviews, player spotlights, team spotlights, and more. TFC Eagle Vision on Instagram. And the point goes to TFC. Caroline Miller checks in. And back to serve is number 15, Kaylee Glore. Sets up in the middle and can't get that one over. Having a little trouble with her serves this year. A lot of power behind them, but she's having trouble getting them over the net. 2-2. And back to serve is number 6, Nia Thomas. That was a high serve. Thompson denied up front. Sullivan backpedaling, saves that one. Little miscommunication with Gracie Charles. Thankfully, she'll get it over. Back to Sullivan. Almost a mental breakdown. We recovered, though. Katie Hall puts it over. We got a tie ball game here. That was Charles. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson. Huge shot right there. And they won't be able to get it back over. Fires one right at number 3, Rita Davis. And the point goes to TFC. Katie Hall back to serve. Boots one over. Simmons, Blair on the other side. They'll get it over. Good dig right there by Glore to save that one. And that's not going to get back over the net. Rita Davis did a good job of shuffling her way over there. And Kaylee Gore could get a fist on it. Could not get it up. Tie ball game again. And number 14, Kawanika Ridley back to serve. Ridley, high serve to the back. Very awkward exchange right there from Sullivan. She switched from a bump to a set really quickly. And Rainwater will get it as that one goes behind the antenna. And the point goes to TFC, and we'll take the lead here in set 2. Natalie Thompson back to serve. She sets up, loads up, and fires. Long serve to the back, and just out of bounds. And looks like number 2, Ashley Simmons Blair, did a great job of not touching that one as she went for it. We got a tall ball game here. Jalen Franklin back to serve. Jump serve on its way. Sullivan to her knees to get that one. They'll set it up for Rainwater, and Rainwater spikes it into the net. First lead for the Wildcats this set. Franklin on the other side. That one's into the net. We'll save it, though. Erin Carey got that one over. Again blocked, and that was by number 7, Hallie Rainwater. And number 16, Talia Hatch, back to serve for your Screaming Eagles. It's the 5'5" junior out of Laceyville, Pennsylvania. They'll hit one over. Rainwater got a hand on it. They'll set it up for her. Rainwater almost found a corner, and they'll somehow get it over the net, but not before Erin Carey pushes it back down. Great awareness right now by number 10, Erin Carey. There's a great diving attempt right there. It looked like by Davis, who saved it. That did not phase Carey. She found a hole in the back. And here comes Carey again. And Erin Carey, back-to-back kills. 7-5 with Talia Hatch at the helm. 3 in a row. Here we go. Another good serve. They'll set it up. And Brown's just going to have to boot it over. Little confusion at the net. Here comes Rainwater. That one was tipped up front and falls in. Screaming Eagles coming back with a vengeance. Hatch back to serve again. Fires that one over. That was going out of bounds. Saved by the libero for the Wildcats. Ball in play. Good shot right there by Carey. They'll boot it over with number 6, Nia Thomas, and they'll fire that one out of bounds. And timeout called by Coach Bryant for the Wildcats. 9-5 Screaming Eagles going on a 5-0 run here. We'll be back. Welcome back. Talia Hatch, 5 in a row over. They'll set it up and tap it over. Glore tried to save that one, and Carey gets it over. Great defensive stand right there by the Screaming Eagles. That was going out of bounds. Sullivan got a hand on it. Here comes Rainwater to the back with Simmons Blair. They'll set it up and out of bounds. And Screaming Eagles on a 6-0 run as Talia Hatch 6 serves in a row. And all 6 of them have now been in. To the back, they'll fire it over. Sullivan, good awareness right there. Here comes Hall, blocked up front by Brown on their side. They'll just tip it over. Rainwater was covering. Here comes Aaron Carey. And the Screaming Eagles are soaring high right now, 11-5. Hatch, serve number 7, is up and good. Franklin fires that one over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater tipped up front, back on our side. We'll try it again with Hatch. Hatch to the back and finds a hole. Talia Hatch finds some real estate. And 12-5's the score. Talia Hatch, serve number 8 is good. She went on a 23-0 run last year. Let's see if she can do it again right here. They'll set it up. They'll tip it over, and it's not going to come back to our side. Wildcats in desperation right here. Mosley checks into the game. We've gone on an 8-0 run. Excuse me, 9-0 run. Serve number 9 was good. They'll set it over. Glore sets it up. Rainwater blocked up front. They'll push it right back over. Carey, big shot right there. Return on their side, and they'll find a hole, but not before Screaming Eagles will take 9 in a row. Great job. Screaming Eagles, and Talia Hatch is the server. Serving now is going to be Bell. Tuning in today all the way from California is former manager of Eagle Production, Sarah Holton. Thanks, Sarah, for everything she's done over the last 3 years. And we miss her here and wish her well. Thanks for watching, Sarah. Back to the game. Hallie Rainwater fires that one over and just missed the back corner. Fired it over. Glore sets it up. Hall fires it over and into the net. And the point goes to TFC. Teresa Sullivan back to serve. Had 2 aces today. The last point is set 1 and the first point of set number 2. They'll fire that one over. Glore can only get a hand on it. And Fort Valley takes that one. Chatrella Mosley back to serve. Glore pushes that one over. Handled by the Wildcats. Thomas fires. Sullivan tried to get that one up. Hall went for it and can't get it over the net. Mosley back to serve. A lot of power, but right into the net. And the point goes to TFC. Kaylee Glore back to serve. The 5'8" junior out of Austell, Georgia. Fires that one to the back. Bell had that one. They'll set it over with Thomas. Watch out for her. Miller sets it up. Here comes Natalie Thompson. Sets it to the back. And a good return by Bell. Thomas fires. Too much on it. And out of bounds. Glore back to serve again. Just got that one over the net. Had a beautiful spin on it. You could tell when they set it up, it was still spinning. They'll set it for Thomas. Thomas pushes it over looking for a hole. She will not find one. Thomas fires it over on the other side. Great save right there by Katie Hall. They'll tip it over. And Glory got a hand on that. And Thompson, Charles, and Sullivan all tried to go for it. And it fell between them. 7-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. 17-10. As Nia Thomas will be the server. High serve. And Teresa Sullivan at the very end decided to go for it. That'll be knocked out of bounds. And the first ace of the game for the Wildcats will go to Thomas. Nia Thomas is 5'4" freshman at Jonesboro, Georgia. Went to Jonesboro High School. She's an outside hitter for the Wildcats. Here comes Miller. Miller, big shot right there. Handed by the libero on the other side. And that one was demolished by Nia Bell. 17-12 is the score, and timeout called by the Screaming Eagles. We'll be back in 60 seconds. (17-12) is the score. Coach Selena Slate took the timeout to try to break the momentum the Wildcats picked up. This is Coach Slate's 24th season as head volleyball coach at TFC. Miller sets it over, almost finds a hole. Back to our side, here comes Hall, and Thompson's the one that got a hand on it. And a huge shot right there, but not before there was a net violation on the Wildcats, and TFC will pick up the point. Back to serve, Katie Hall. She fires that one over. They'll set it up. And a little back pedal right there. And that one's going to hit the antenna. Hallie Rainwater was the one that tried to shoot that one. Ridley checks into the game. And she will be the server. 18-13 is the score. Trying to hold on to this lead right here. They'll fire it to the back. And here comes Rainwater. And Rainwater finds a hole. Fires cross court and finds a hole next to the line on the other side. And here comes Natalie Thompson. I chuckle out of Thompson as she looks at the crowd. She's ready, she loads, and she fires. High serve, shanked off the wrist of Davis's hand. The wrist of Davis's hand, that didn't make sense. The wrist of Davis, there we go. Let's set it over, tipped over there. Fired it back to our side. And here comes Erin Carey. But there was a net violation on Carey, and the point goes to Fort Valley State. There was a reason that was such a good shot. She was right on the net, just got a little too close. Serving now will be Franklin. Jalen Franklin's a 5'6" freshman out of Riverdale, Georgia. She went to Jonesboro High School with Nia Thomas. And Caroline Miller finds some real estate. And now back to serve is going to be Talia Hatch. Hatch went 9 in a row last time. biggest streak so far at home for the Screaming Eagles, and she had a great save right there. And Katie Hall finds a hole in the armor of the Wildcats. 21-14, and Talia Hatch returns to the service line. They'll set it over. Another great save right there by Hatch, who's all over the court, and Katie Hall with back-to-back kills. The Hatch-Hall combo is working right here. 3 serves in a row now for Talia Hatch. They'll fire that one over. Hall got a hand on that, and Sullivan dove for it too, and on the ground just touched it out of bounds. Wildcats will take that one. And back to serve is Nia Bell. She's an outside hitter, 5'8" junior at Elizabeth City, North Carolina. She'll boot that one over to the back, shanked off the wrists. Hall pushes it over. Thomas knocks it back to our side. We'll set it for Aaron. Aaron tries that one. And a net violation on the Wildcats will give the point to the Screaming Eagles. Hallie Rainwater back to serve. Sets up in the corner. Fires to the middle of the court. They'll handle it. And a huge hit right there by Nia Thomas, the equalizer. She fires one right at Hallie Rainwater. And Gracie Charles will check into the game as Simmons Blair will be the server. Simmons boots one over. Having a little hard time getting that one over. That was 4 hits. And 23-17 is now the score. Simmons Blair gets it over. They'll set it up for Hall. Hall is denied up front. They're going to try it again. Hall that time gets it over, and that one's going to fly out of bounds. It's time for set point here. 24-17. And Teresa Sullivan back to take us there. Last time she was in this situation, she got an ace to win the set. Can she do it again? She fires. One finger held up by the crowd and the bench. Can they get it in? They'll get it back in play. Glore sets it up. Here comes Natalie Thompson. They won't be able to return it. Natalie Thompson. 25-17 is the final score in this one. And we'll take 2 in a row to be up on the Wildcats 2-0. 5-minute break. Join us again on TFC Eagle Vision in about 5 minutes for set number 3. Can we sweep them in 3? Welcome back, TFC fans, for set number 3 here, as the first point will be awarded to Toccoa Falls College. Screaming Eagles have taken 2 in a row, trying to set this one away. The victory right here. Sullivan back to serve, fires that one over. And that one will not be returned. Split the gap between Charles and Hall. Here's an interesting fact for you. Out of the last 9 sets played in this gym, 5 of them have been 25-17. I don't know what it is with that number, but it works for us. They'll fire that one out of bounds, and the point goes to Toccoa Falls College. Glore back to serve. She sets up the middle. And fires. High serve to the back. Simmons Blair handled that one. They'll set it up. And that one's fired into the net. And the point goes to TFC. And Glore fires that one into the net. And a 1-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Brown checks into the game. And Ridley will be the server. And her serve is into the net. 2 service errors for the Wildcats in the 3rd set here. Hallie Rainwater checks in. And Katie Hall returns to the service line. Behind the baseline. 4 steps, fires that one over. Simmons Blair had to go to her knees to get that one. And a monster hit right there by number 12, Nia Bell. Hall couldn't get that one back over the net. Back down to a 1-point game as Jalen Franklin checks into the game and will be your server. She fires that one over. Sullivan handled that one. That was going to be close to out of bounds. Rainwater shoots that one over. Handled on the other side by Nia Thomas. Into the net. Great job right there by Hall to keep this one alive. That one was going to be returned. Big shot. Handled by Thompson and Hall. We'll get it back over. Rainwater had a hand on that one. And Miller fires that one over. And we got a good volley on this one. They'll shank it over. Miller sets it up. Thompson puts it over. Back on their side. Hall's not going to have that one. Returns it. They're going to set it up again for Brown. And Brown will find a hole and tie this game up 4-4. Great volley right there. And Franklin will be your server again. Here comes Natalie Thompson. Natalie Thompson finds a hole. Natalie's been so good at that this season as pulling the defense up to the net and then firing one to the back. Thompson was the server right there. And that was fired out of bounds. And point goes to TFC. This week's Eagle Production team member spotlight is going to be Lydia Litz. She is the social media coordinator for Eagle Production. Lydia is a senior from Columbus, Georgia. She plans to graduate in the spring of 2019 with a double major in counseling psychology and Bible theology. Her favorite Bible verse is Isaiah 41:10, and she hopes that to grow the community and support the surrounding in the sports at TFC. Thank you so much, Lydia, for being the social media coordinator, and we'll be back after this timeout. Natalie Thompson back to serve. Fires that one in there. Handled nicely by number 12, Nia Bell. Here comes Hallie Rainwater, blocked up front. It's going to go to the back. They'll set it up. Fires from Brown, and that one's going to find a corner. 7-5 is Natalie Thompson tripped going off the court. Everyone's fine. And number 12, Nia Bell, will be the server. Bell's a 5'8 junior out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Thomas will push it over. Sullivan to her knees on that one. Carey puts it over and shanked out of bounds by number 3, Rita Davis. Point goes to your Screaming Eagles as Talia Hatch checks into the game. 8-5. Watch out for Talia Hatch. Went 9 in a row in the first set. And then went, second set, and then went 4 in a row after that. That one was shot out of bounds. Nine to 5. Here comes Hatch. She'll shoot that one in. Franklin was the one that dug that one out. That might have gone out of bounds. Hatch saved it. Laura puts it over to the back. Simmons on the other side. They'll return it, and that's going to be a double touch violation on number 3, Rita Davis. And she is not happy with that call. She thought she had both hands on it. And Talia Hatch back to serve. Serve number 3 in a row. 10-5 lead, Screaming Eagles. 2 people went for that one. They'll push it over. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater, too much to handle on the other side. Joint effort by Nia Bell and Ashley Simmons-Blair, and neither one of them could get it over the net. Hatch, serve number 4. Almost got an ace right there. Good save, and a great dig by Franklin right there. Saved an ace, and Hallie Rainwater just missed the outside corner. 11-6 the score, and Simmons-Blair will be the server. Ashley's a libero, 5'2 junior out of Atkins, South Carolina. That one was pushed out of bounds. Back-to-back points for the Wildcats right here. Fort Valley hanging in there, down 2 sets to nothing. As that set was a little too hard, went over the net and out of bounds. Beautiful serve right over the net. Glore will set it up for Hall, who smacks it over. On the other side, they're going to try to push it over. That one was denied by Glore. And another double touch violation on number 3, Rita Davis, who looks over to her coach. Hallie Rainwater fires that one over. She's from Kennesaw, Georgia. They'll set it up for Carey. Carey, a lot on that one. They're going to try to return it. Boots it over to the back with Sullivan's. That one's be pushed over by Glore. Can they return it? Yes, they can. With Rita Davis. Here comes Carey. Almost had the corner in the back. And Austin Shea said it was out of bounds. But there's going to be a net violation on the Wildcats. Point goes to TFC, and the Wildcats are getting fed up right now. 3 calls they have contested in this set. 2 were Rita Davis's double touch violation. She's pleading with her coach. And Rainwater fires that one over. High set, denied up front. Aaron Carey was there. This time Glore was there. And the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Rainwater on a nice little run right here. 14-8. Simmons-Blair went to her knees to get that one. Out of bounds. Sierra Wright was the last one to get the hand on that. She's a 6-foot freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. And as of right now, she is the tallest girl on the court, 6 foot. And she just showed all 6 foot of right there. But Hallie Rainwater puts it right back over and finds a hole. 16-8, and she will continue serving. 4-0 run right here for the Screaming Eagles with Hallie Rainwater at the helm. Her 4th serve in a row is out of boundaries. A little too much pepper on that one. 16-9. Gracie Charles checks in. And Gabby Klingman checks in for your Screaming Eagles. It's Klingman's first time on the court tonight. Serving on the other side will be Rita Davis. And the floor referee is talking to the scorer's bench about these substitutions. Rita Davis is a 5'5" junior out of San Antonio, Texas. Went to Sam Houston High School. She's awaiting the signal by the referee, the right corner. She gets the signal, and she'll fire that one. They'll set up for Hall. Hall puts it over, bounced off the net. They'll save it, and that one's pushed right into the net. Point goes to TFC. Screaming Eagles fans, did you know that we have a website for the Eagle production? You can find a lot of things on the website. We have the streaming schedule, all the staff members, team members of Eagle production. You can read a little bio about them and who they are. You can apply on that site and see some pretty cool pictures. The website's going to be tfccomdepartment.wixsite.com/Eagle production. Check it out today. Back to the game. They'll set it up for Hatch. She'll boot that one over. Denied up front by Thompson and Glore. Here it comes again. They're going to get it higher this time with Nia Thomas. They'll set it up for Thompson. Thompson's blocked. She'll push it back over. That one's blocked. Back on our side. Here we go again. Glore sets it up for Hall. Hall into the corner. Can they get it over? No, they can't. Last touch by the Wildcats, and a fantastic set right at the net on both sides. Back and forth right there, and a 10-point lead for the Screaming Eagles here in set number 3. Sullivan fires that one over. They're going to try to return it. That one was all the way into the corner with Charles, and that one's just out of bounds. Point goes to the Wildcats. And for the first time in a Screaming Eagle uniform, number 12, Kaya Miles checks into the game. 19-10 is the score. Kaya's a freshman, 5'9", out of Leroy, Illinois. Started the season with a concussion, couldn't come into the game. Her first shot is in there! And Kaya's first touch is a slam right down the throats of the Wildcats. 20-10 is the score. Kaylee Glore back to serve. And timeout called by the Wildcats. We'll be back in 60 seconds. 10-point lead for the Screaming Eagles in set 3. Welcome back, Eagles Nation. Kaylee Glore back to serve here in set number 3, trying to sweep up the Wildcats of Fort Valley State. Blocked up front. high return. They'll fire that one over. Glore sets it up. Thompson almost found a hole. Closed up really quick by Simmons Blair. They're going to try it again. Thompson on the other side. And we got a good one. That one was tipped over by Miles. Back to our side. Here comes Kaya Miles. Big shot in the corner! Miles back-to-back kills. And she's making a great impression here in her first home appearance. 21-10, and Kaylee Glore back to serve. Almost got an ace right there. Good return. They'll fire it into the net, and too much to handle for Glore as number 21, Shatrina Mosley, with a big shot. Simmons Blair back to serve. Ashley sets up in the middle. 2 steps and fires. On our side, Miller puts one in there. And that one's going to shank out of bounds. Screaming Eagles trying to take this one away pretty easily. 21-11 right here. Kaya Miles will sit on the bench, and here comes Katie Hall. Hall fires to the back. And we'll set it up. And Glore tried to suppress that one. So much power came off of it, went out of bounds. 22-12, 10-point lead still for the Screaming Eagles. As number 4, Kira Wimberly, checks into the game. And she will be the server. High serve. Sullivan handled that one. They'll set it up. Natalie Thompson tries that. That one's going to be tipped over on our side. Here comes Hallie Rainwater. And they're not going to get that one over. Last touch by number 12, Nia Bell, who went behind the referee to try to save it. But there's no way from that angle they could get it over. And Natalie Thompson will go back to serve. Number 16, Jalen Franklin, will substitute in for the Wildcats. While we have a break in the action right here, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, right under the video. See the subscribe bar, click that, and you'll be alerted every time we have a home game. You'll never miss a home game again. We will be filming soccer, volleyball, basketball, and baseball. TFC Eagle Vision. Back to the action. Here comes Natalie Thompson. And number 3, Jessica Conley checks into the game. It's her second appearance for the Screaming Eagles. She's a freshman out of Steffner, Florida. That one's pushed back down. They're going to try to get it over. And here comes Conley into the net. Great attempt right there by Jessica, but didn't have enough to get it up and over. Thompson checks out of the game. And number 12, Nia Bell, will be the server. She boots that one over. And Glore set that one almost into the net, and Rainwater had no chance to get that one. Nia Bell is a junior, 5'8", out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Here comes Conley again, blocked up front. That's going to fall down on their side. Brown had that one. They'll return it. Back on onside. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater denied and goes out of bounds. And guess what time it is? It's match point here at TFC. 24-14. And guess who has it? Jessica Conley coming up big right here. One finger in the air for the Screaming Eagles fans. There's the shot. All the way over on their side. They'll set it up. Here it comes over the wall of the Screaming Eagles. That'll fall into our territory. Point will go to the Wildcats, and it will remain match point. Corey Griffith checks into the game for the first time. Little confusion who's going to serve. It's going to be Ashley Simmons Blair. Match point here, one finger back in the air. They'll set it up. Jumping set right there. Hall fires that one over. That one's blocked up front by Gabby Klingman! And Klingman wins the game for the Screaming Eagles with a great block. 25-15 is the final score in that one. And we will take on the Wildcats and beat them easily in 3 sets. Great job by both teams. And the Screaming Eagles will soar high and come on top. That'll move the Screaming Eagles to 9-5 on the season, 4-1 at home, and continue our streak to 4 in a row. Great to see Jessica Conley and Kaya Miles in there today. And the fans starting to chant. MVP of the game will be Talia Hatch. Went 9 in a row on the service line. Came in clutch for the Screaming Eagles back in set number 2. Thank you again so much for watching. That about wraps it up here. Team members today was manager CeCe Angus, assistant manager Justin McCombs. Social media manager will be Elise Portman today. Your filmers were Kenna Hull, Kevin Cave, and Sam Adas. I am Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles, and we'll see you next time on TFC Eagle Vision.